Hello and welcome to my channel to plan for. I just came back from my summer vacation, and on this vacation I took my new traveler's notebook with me. This is the Love and Trip special edition, and it's also my first traveler's notebook. And I wanted to share with you my experience, how I liked it, and what I did not like about it, and yeah, if I will be continuing to use it. If you're interested in seeing what I took with me on my summer vacation, check out my previous video where I showed you all my stationery I took on the vacation, and just to give you a quick feedback on that generally. It was a very good setup for me, and yeah, I think it will. I don't need to change anything for my next vacation. Okay, so traveler's notebook. This is the setup I chose. I only took it already apart because I have to go on another trip tomorrow. Well, tomorrow on a business trip, and so I already started taking it apart, but those are the three notebooks I had in there. So this notebook is the one I use for my daily journaling, brain dump. So I almost finished this within the 2 weeks, so that was very handy. Then the insert that came with the cover, that's the one I actually use as a travel journal, and I will make a separate flip through for this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed the experience of just documenting my whole trip in this notebook, so that was fun. And then I have here a third insert where I track my expenses, not only when I'm on vacation, but in general. So that's what I had in here. In this plastic insert, I had some stickers, washi tape. Yeah, just check out my last video if you're interested in getting more detail about that. But I want to talk about my experience with my traveler's notebook. So usually I use Archer and Olive notebooks, and I really like them, but there is one problem with them. So that was the last one I finished, and this is the one I will be using in Q3. I already set it up, also posted a video about that. They're wonderful, they are nice, but they're really heavy. They're not made for traveling, and so I really wanted to give it a try with this traveler's notebook and see if that is an alternative for me, or at least an alternative when I'm not at home, which is in my case quite frequently. So I think on average I'm at least 3 to 4 months away each year, and yeah, so for me it is actually really important point how portable a notebook is. So that's actually my first positive remark about the setup. It's very lightweight, and you can make it even lighter, even more portable, depending on how many inserts you put in there. And that's why I already took it apart, so I can take it with me on my business trip tomorrow. Obviously I won't need my vacation insert there, and I also will leave this one out. I only take the expensive one with me. So you can remove or add inserts, and it's depending on how much stuff you have in there, the weight is really very acceptable. This goes right into the second point. It's customizable, so I only want to take one personal notebook with me. I don't want to have like one for my expenses, one my bullet journal, then another one for memory keeping. I just want to have one. And yeah, you can achieve this with the traveler's notebook. Just make the inserts in a way that you have everything together, and it's fine. Then one other thing I liked about this is it's really fountain pen friendly paper. I always write with fountain pens. That's my standard writing instrument for, I can say, but now I guess the last 35 years, at least 90% or even more of the stuff I've written by hand, I've wrote with fountain pens. So that's just what I like to use, and therefore it's important for me that the paper takes fountain pen ink well. Then another thing is if you take the price of one of those inserts, like this is the dot grid, and just add up the pages and compare them with the price of an Archer and Olive traveler's size notebook, it's less expensive. I mean, I get it. This is just a stack of paper, a little cardboard around it. And of course, I mean, it must be more expensive to make something like this with a hardback book and bound and everything. So yeah, of course, but still, I mean, it's just something noteworthy. Let's say it like that. Also, as you saw, I really like the 8x8 format, and if you take the 2 pages of the traveler's notebook together, it's the size of an 8x8, and yeah, I think that's a very nice thing. I like the format, and if you just take the 2 pages, you have the same. Or if you want to write less, you just use the one side or each page separately. So I think the format is another plus for me. Also, if you are sitting at a cafe with this very, very nicely looking notebook, yeah, it's just stylish, I think. I mean, it just looks good. Yeah, it is an important point for me. I enjoy it more when I can write in a notebook that looks nice. Yeah, but I also think the Archer and Olive ones look nice. It's just a different style. This one is more like, it's made to last. I mean, I wouldn't want to use this one for the next 10 years because I would get tired of it. But I go through a lot of notebooks, so as I said, I set this one up for Q3, and I know I will use it up. Maybe there will be at the end 2, 3, 4 pages left, but one 8x8 notebook is pretty much what I use in per quarter, and so it's fine for me to have very distinct designs, because I know I won't use them forever. And with this leather, which is really excellent quality, it's more made to last, and you won't get tired of looking at it. But that's also one other thing. The past few weeks were really hot, and when the sun is out, I always need sunscreen. I burn so easily, and the first couple of days, I really always try to pay attention to, okay, don't touch the notebook one. If I had sunscreen on my fingers, but it's just so easy because I have sunscreen on my arms, then I touch my arms, and then afterwards the notebook. So the first few days I thought, oh, I don't know about that. I had like all fingerprints on it, but actually somehow they disappeared again. So fine, but it's definitely sensitive. And also the Arch and Olive notebook covers are sensitive, but I don't bother so much about that because I know I will only use it for a couple months, and then, well, if it has some stains, okay, it disappears on my bookshelf and that's it. But this one, I just have in my mind, I want to use it for years. I don't want to, I'm not planning on getting constantly a new one. So yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind, especially if you take your notebook with you, just to make sure if you take it out, that there is no water, no other stuff on the table. Also pay attention to what you have on your hands. So it's, yeah, I guess that's something I would put on the negative side, but it's just, I don't know if it's fair to call this a negative point about it. It's just how it is. One thing that really bothered me, that you always need those paper clips to keep the notebook open. I mean, of course, it was no surprise. I watched enough videos about the traveler's notebook, and you, I mean, basically in every video you see the people having these brass clips, and yeah, it's just annoying that you really need them, otherwise it's very uncomfortable to write. The only other thing you could do is like take out the insert and maybe just put it on the table like that and write, or I don't know if you could bend it over. I mean, yeah, taking it out, actually that's what I did a couple of times, just to save myself the effort of getting out the paper clips and aligning everything. So yeah, that's one aspect I did not enjoy. And all my negative points about the traveler's notebook kind of go in the same direction. When you write on pages that are close to the end, you can feel this knot. So you really need a pencil board just to have like an even surface, and that you don't get bothered by like the knot, or like here when you have the clip for the pencil, for the pen loop. So yeah, you need a pencil board, especially when you get closer to the end of the notebook. Then one other thing, well, I already tried this out at home, but I like to write with my Esterbrook fountain pens and the pen loop from Traveler's Company. It's just not big enough for this kind of pens. I mean, it works with the Kaweco Sport like that. And I mean, I have other fountain pens that would fit, I guess. But that's the one I prefer to use for my writing, journaling, does not fit. But yeah, I ordered this pen loop online. It's also from the Love and Trip edition, therefore I had no chance to try it out. And once I had it at home, I noticed that it's just not the right size for my fountain pen. I mean, that's also nice about the Arch and Olive. They have here elastic, so it's easier to make it fit a pen. But of course, I mean, leather, it looks nicer. I guess it's more durable. Yeah. But I usually take my pen case with me anyway, so it's not such a big deal. One other thing I noticed, I sometimes like my stamps, and yeah, on the dot grid paper insert you cannot use stamps. They really show through in a way that it's basically not possible to write on the other page. Or it would, well, of course you could write on the other page, but it's, for me, it would be annoying to write over this. So, I mean, I don't use a lot of stamps, but it's just something to keep in mind. And then one other thing I'm not sure about how to handle this is the archiving topic. Once again, with the Archer and Olive notebooks, you have something you can just put on your shelf and it looks nice. And once you're done with the insert like that, it's, I don't know, it's, for me, it feels like it's something missing to be archived. I know they sell those kind of boxes or folders where you can put in several covers, but honestly, they are too expensive for me. As I said, I go through a lot of notebooks, so I guess if I would use one of those instead of my regular bullet journal, I would use probably one each month, and that would mean I had to use several boxes or archiving boxes each year, so no, that's not really an option for me. I might look into how I could bind them myself. Yeah, I mean, I will find a solution. It's just something you have to keep in mind, that it's different than when you buy a hardcover notebook. Yeah, so in general, to summarize it, I really like the system. It's very nice, it's customizable, you can put as many inserts in there as you want to, but for me personally, that's the maximum. I wouldn't want to have it thicker than that, so that's 3 inserts. Yeah, if you even want to carry less with you, you reduce it to 1 insert or only take the insert with you. So it's very flexible, it looks nice, it's stylish, very good quality, the leather, so happy about that. It's just this writing experience with the pencil board, and sometimes this feeling of writing on a stack of paper that's moving around, paperclip issue. So I guess I just have to get used to it, because I'm really coming from the other side of this hardback notebooks, and it's just a very different experience. But I think I would call myself a fan now of this system. I don't think it will replace my Archer and Olive notebooks, but I think I will use a mixture in the future between my traveler's notebook and my Archer and Olive notebooks more when I stay at home. What's also nice is I had this watercolor insert, and yeah, you can just combine different paper qualities, mix it up with the inserts, and so I had like the one for where I did my watercolor stuff, then another one to for my travel notes, and just my regular bullet journal. So yeah, it's very flexible, and it's like I had within one notebook actually 4 different ones, which is a very nice advantage of the system. So yeah, that's my feedback on the traveler's notebook. That's my personal experience, what I think about it. Some of those points I mentioned might not be relevant for you, or you feel differently about them. Yeah, but I would love to hear what's your experience with the traveler's notebooks, especially if you're new to this whole system. Um, yeah, and I will make a separate video about my travel journal. And hope to see you again. Have a good day. Bye.